Hey everybody, it's Kenny Cummins here, chilling with Kenny C. Joining me at this time is a singer-songwriter. She was actually on this particular show, and I did look back in the archives almost a year ago, around
Uh,
early April of last year. And we got her back almost 1 year to this day. She's got a song out right now called Leave. And we're gonna have a lot of talking about that particular song. Miss Dariann Leigh is joining me right now. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm a
That is
little
so cool that it's nearly a year. That is so cool.
very indeed, and I am a little bit under the weather, so just bear with me.
I got you. You're
Uh,
good. You're good.
so just giving you put a disclaimer out there.
I feel you.
uh,
I feel you.
allergies has been kicking my butt these past few days. But I said, man, Miss Dariann Leigh's coming back to the show, man. Can't let her down. So
Well, I'm flattered.
I'm convinced myself. I mean, let's
He's on the
let's
hustle.
yeah. That's I gotta do it. Um, so it's nearly been a year since I first interviewed you, obviously, and I've been keeping track of your music since then.
Thank
Courtesy
you.
of Anna and the good people of Core.
Yes.
You are such a remarkable artist, singer,
Thank you.
songwriter. I love the song "Leave," and
Thank
that
you.
is exactly how I want to start off. Just the story behind working on this song. Give us a little story behind this
Absolutely.
track.
Yeah, I wrote this song actually in the beginnings of the pandemic over Zoom. Anybody who writes music, or frankly, anybody who's just been doing, like, started going into Zoom life knows that when people started jumping on doing Zoom, it was just a very interesting experience. Like, you've got dogs in the background, like somebody's kid is running up. It's all cute because it's real life. We wrote the song over Zoom, and it was one of those times that we are talking about, getting into what we wanted to write about. And we mentioned that everyone has experienced someone coming into their life and affecting them in some way, whether it be positive or negative, on whatever level the relationship is. Everyone has experienced somebody coming into their life, changing the way that they do things or their opinions, or just influencing them and then leaving, on no matter what the regard is. And that feeling of having that person in your life and when they leave, and nobody really talks about, like, you always hear breakup songs, you hear those songs where they talk about, oh, my girl or my guy or whomever it is broke my heart, whatever, but they never talk about, like, the little things when somebody's been in your life and influenced you, like the way that they see the sun and the way that they describe the word yellow, like anything, just those simple things. And we never talk about the little things that add up to be a lot. And we got onto that topic. And as soon as we started talking about it, I knew it was going to be an incredible song because I felt it so hard. And we wrote it all out, and the melody, all of it, I was a huge fan of. And I'm really honored to have it out right now and to see what people think about it, and to hear about other people's little things that somebody else influenced in their life is really cool.
Yeah, you definitely put a lot of emphasis on this track,
Thank you.
and I played it before you joined the Zoom thing here. It seems like the last 3 years, most of the artists that I've talked to, as far as the music they put out recently, have come during the pandemic, or in this case, coming through Zoom, just the
Right.
casual Zoom conversations.
Right.
Obviously, this was the more safe way
Absolutely.
to chat with people because of this COVID thing.
Right.
Um, so, with the story behind Leave, like, we've all, whether it's friendships or relationships, co-workers, whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
you know, one thing leads to another, and then it's just things fall apart. Um,
Right.
and just hearing your perspective on that topic is very intriguing.
Thank you.
I really fell in love with the track, even though it's not a loving song per se.
Right.
It's one of those, man, I felt that. I felt that.
Exactly.
Got
I
me in
love
my
that
feelings.
feeling.
Got
I
me
feel
in
like
my
music
feelings.
is,
Yeah.
I love it. Right. That's what I'm here for as a songwriter. Like, we're just here to get everybody in their feels.
Yes. Yes. In my feelings, feels, whatever the case may be. Like it got me like, oh, she must know me. She or know
I read
someone
your
that
mind.
knows
I was
me.
thinking about you. Like, I was like, I know what
Yeah.
song he wants to hear.
Yeah. So Dariann Leigh, the name of the song is called Leave. It's been
Yeah.
out for quite some time now. So go check it out on all the platforms. And yeah, tell a friend. You might get in your feels as well. That's her job. That's her
Right.
occupation. So
Here for the
I
feels.
here for the feels. Uh, so I definitely appreciate that. So what else have you been working on as far as maybe more new music on the horizon or maybe some shows, with the weather starting to get a little
Yeah.
more decent. What is next for Miss Dorian Lee as we already in spring right now?
Yes, so I have Leave is one of 3 singles that I have coming out this year, so you can expect to hear a lot more of me on your phones and radio and things like that, as well as shows are booking up. It's been super cool to see shows kind of finally really hitting hard again. I'll be opening up for Big and Rich, at a country music festival called Kicking Up Country, and then I've got a few other opening slots that are for very noteworthy people that are not announced yet, and I have to be that person that's like, I can't tell you yet, but I promise it's cool. But I promise you it's cool, and I'm so looking forward to it. And I'll be playing around Nashville as well, so it'll be cool to see everybody's faces and get into this whole live music thing and really kind of hit it hard this summer.
Yeah, so in 2020, like everything literally got shut down. Like you couldn't
Yes,
do
sir.
nothing. Music, entertainment. You couldn't no large crowd gatherings. You couldn't even do
Right.
any of that. 2021, slowly
Like
but
a little
surely we
bit.
get, and now
Right.
2022, like
We're out
we're
here.
going all in now.
Right.
So you out there doing your thing. So this is the first of 3 singles you're gonna release in this year.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like just getting that support for such an incredible music scene, and it's awesome. So talk about just having a PR like core, just
Mhm.
being a part of your music career, just giving you that push as far as bookings and doing
Right.
shows and opening for Big and Rich. What?
Yes, sir. I
Big and
know.
Rich? Like,
I'm so stoked for it. I Last summer I got to open up for Joe Nichols, and then I was at Winstock, which had Sam Hunt and Phil Vassar and literally Luke Combs. It was absolute insanity inside my brain. I was so excited, and I'm still so excited because like you play shows like that and you wonder how you're gonna like follow it up. And then I got a call for Big and Rich, and I was like, all right, that's how we're gonna follow it up. I'm good with that. We can do this. Having somebody like Core on my side has been so instrumental for so many different reasons in my career. I've always had people behind me that are helping push and people behind me that believe in me, which is huge. And I know that some people don't have that. So I consider myself extremely lucky to be able to create a team of people that feel like family, that not only celebrate you, but also embrace you for who you are. And they embrace you for the artist that you are and what you're trying to do. I've always appreciated that they see the same vision that I do, and they're always wanting me to do more and work harder and be better. Because I think that so many times we see what we have and we're like, all right, this is really good. But we forget that what we have is just for right now, and what we can get is for later. And I've always appreciated that they're right there being like, all right, this is the next thing. What are we going to do next? What are we going to push next? Like, how can we amp this up? And I think it's so awesome. And again, I consider myself really lucky to have people that I work with that I consider family because that's the level that I work with these people at. And they've helped me with PR, with obviously because that's what they do, but PR and bookings and just honestly just on a personal level of finding out who I am and creating myself as an artist and really embracing myself as an artist, which has been huge.
You definitely are building quite the resume for yourself
Thank
as
you.
far as the music that you've released, the shows you've been able to do, festivals, opening up to some household names and country music, obviously. And I will confess, I'm really starting to like Sam Hunt for some reason. Sam
There you
Hunt,
go.
he got some bops. I ain't gonna
Right?
lie.
Right?
He
They're earworms. They get stuck in your head.
yeah. So you in for the feels, that's kind of your thing. Maybe
Yeah.
that could be a future consideration for a song.
Right.
Just throwing my
Ooh,
suggestion out there.
I like it. I'm gonna put
So,
that on my notes. That's gonna be my next thing that I pitch at a songwrite. And I'll
um,
credit you for the idea.
that will be. I'm gonna be shocked if that happens. So,
And I will
you
make sure that as soon as we get a little rec of it, I will send it to you. Then you know you did something, right?
oh man, like that. I'm all for that. Thank you so much. So you definitely making a name for yourself. I really
Thank you.
admire what you being able to do as for several years now. So I really like what you're doing. You're talented. You got all the potential. You have it. You have what it takes.
Thank you.
So here's another question that I tend to ask uh, female country female country musicians. Obviously,
Gotcha.
there's one thing that I keep hearing, and that's woman, just women in general having a fight,
Hmm.
just get the same opportunities as the male
Right.
counterparts. Uh, what's your take on females having to go through that, and do you feel there's some progress as far as some of the artists that's doing what they're doing? You feel
Hmm.
like there's still more work to be done? Like, what's your take on what a female country musician like yourself goes through?
Yeah. I think that there's progress, and I can't speak on personal experience for years and years ahead of my time. But from what I've learned and from what I've seen and been educated on, I think there's been a large amount of progress. But I always think with progress and with anything in life, literally anything, there's always more work to be done, right? You can't just put the oil in your car once and expect it to run for life. You got to get that done a few times. My dad has taught me this, so I know this about cars, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with different things in your life. You got to go back and get it serviced and you have to work on it. And I've been really lucky to have a lot of support in all aspects as a female in country music. And my goal with that is to be able to transfer that on to other females, but not only females, but males. So that way, with everyone being included in country music, we can get the whole thing rolling on a much better foot because I think that there's so many other things that are forgotten about too. But I've been really lucky. There's been a few things where things have been frustrating sometimes. You might see what other people are able to do that you are not able to do. And again, I think it's gotten much better, but there's always room for progress.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I like the oil analogy
Thanks.
because there's a lot of people that want to act like they do it one time and they good. You know,
Mhm.
I look at a car the same way you look at it, the pet, dog,
Right.
cat that you love and desire.
You got to
Like,
nurture it.
you gotta nurture it. You gotta take good care of that thing because they don't come cheap
Right.
whatsoever. So, as it pertains to female, woman in country music, there is some progress that's out there, but
Right.
you always can do more. And I feel like if the male country musicians can get on board with that, because they got a lot of cachet. They see what these artists are doing. They see what they go through, and if they could just go to that radio station or that promoter or the venue person, like, hey, I got Dariann Leigh. She's an emerging artist. We should have her on the bill. Like she got let her get this opportunity. Just stuff like that can make a
Hmm.
difference. But I do like artists like Mary Morris, Carrie Underwood, um, or Miranda Lambert. I got a friend that's a huge Miranda Lambert fan. Like she is a stan of Miranda Lambert.
I love it.
She she, she is no nonsense, and of course Dolly Parton, obviously
Right.
the OG. I call her the OG
I like
country
that.
music.
I like
So
that.
she she's class personified. Like even if you don't even listen to country music, you see her on your
You
TV
know her.
screen. It's like you know her. She like that aunt. She like that mother figure. Like you better not talk bad around her, or she
Right.
probably gonna pop you upside your head. Uh, uh, so I want to talk. Going back to your song "Leave," I want to talk about the album cover. It's
Yeah.
very interesting to me. There's this you on the side of a TV. Talk a little bit about. Give us the story behind that album cover. That's what I want to know.
Yeah. I live for the photography, videography behind releasing songs. I think it is instrumental to people's initial perception of what it is that you're releasing. And I was on the hunt for the perfect location to do the shoot for in Nashville and talking to my photographer, videographer about what I was kind of envisioning. And I was like, I want something artistic and different that's like in your face, but not too in your face, all these different details, right? And I fell upon this location called the Paper House. And when I tell you this home is absolutely incredible on so many different levels. I mean, like, if my 5-year-old self saw that, I would have been like, Mom and Dad, I'm unpacking my bags. I'm living here forever because it is so cool. And the album art was, I feel like the song can be a little bit dark and it can be just really honest. And when you think about honesty, some people perceive that as something really dark because that's how they relate to it. And for me, writing the song, I see it as very like bright, but also dark because it comes from hurt. Right. And so we're sitting in this room and I put on the outfit that I'm wearing in the cover art, and my photographer said, "You're going to sit right there because I see something." And I said, "Absolutely." And we turned the TV on, and it just kind of really made itself because thinking of the song, like I wanted to bring some edge to it, wanted to bring something a little bit different. So it introduces itself with a punch, right? The song literally does with that hit right away. And so I wanted the cover art to punch just the same.
Yeah, it definitely has the dark feel to it. But definitely once I feel like that's what as far as the music, once you at that album cover or art per se, people are glued to it.
Right.
That really makes people want to listen to the song.
Right.
And I fell in love with the song right away. Uh,
Thank you.
so I say it's definitely worthy of mainstream radio play. I definitely believe that for a fact.
Thank you.
So go go stream it, go
Heck
buy
yeah.
it, go and once you do that, tell your friends about it, tell your family, tell your aunts, nieces, nephews, tell anybody.
He's got
Uh,
it covered.
he got you. If you want to get in your feels or feelings, uh, you put Dariann Lee's song "Leave." Siri, please play Dariann Lee's "Leave." Now it might get Lee and Leave a bit confused, but you can type it out. You can type it for yourself. Uh, but yeah, this is an awesome song, definitely, and I'm glad I have you back and on the Zoom this time around. Because I'm This become a Zoom frenzy show for the most part. Uh,
Oh,
so I'm gonna start a new show on Monday. It's gonna be more me playing music than the traditional talk show. And the
mhm.
second Monday of every month will be a combination of folk, country, Americana, bluegrass, and I'm just gonna say that Dariann Lee's Leave will be on a future playlist.
Thank you.
So
Amen. I love it. Thank you.
I'm just putting that out there. And you will be tagged on that post once.
Perfect.
Um, but great having you on the show this evening. Congrats on everything up to this point. She's on social media. Just look up Dariann. That's Dariann, and that's Leigh. She's on Twitter. Yeah, Leigh, not Lee. That's Leigh.
Yes,
She's
sir.
on there. She's on your social media platforms, and she's on your social digital music platforms as well. So go listen to the track Leave. Great having you on the show, Miss Lee, and continued success. I look forward to hearing the other two songs that you have on the horizon. And great to have you back on the show almost a year to the first interview we
I
did.
love it. Thank you so
So
much for having me. Seriously. And I love that that lined up so perfectly. It makes it even more special. I really appreciate it.
I gotta give kudos to your PR. They sure have a way of booking on certain days and stuff. And
Right.
once I looked at the my archive, wait a minute, it's almost a year ago. So what a coincidence, a good coincidence at that. You
I
enjoy
love
your
it.
night, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Yes, you too.
All right. That was Dariann Leigh.